Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm slightly late. I was just about to go live, and somebody decided to get out of bed. So I've just done him his breakfast quickly. So got the one viewer. Hello to the one viewer. Yeah. So I thought I may as well get his breakfast done and out of the way before I go live. So, hiya, Karate, how are you? Hiya, Emily. How are you? Do you want to invite Mr. Bossman? Just let me know, and I'll send you the invite. So I haven't even had time to blow my nose. In pain, but I'll be fine. What's up, Emily? Just posting your invite, Mr. Bossman. So what's wrong, Emily? My hand is still hurting. Oh, okay then. So yes, there is something else, but I can't say too much. How are you? Are you straight yet?
Downstairs I am. Upstairs, no. You're lucky I'm here. I could have died yesterday.
Oh, why? What happened?
It's funny now, but it wasn't at the time.
No.
The electrician had gone home, and I just was in the kitchen going into one of the cupboards because that's where, and he hadn't, and I didn't realise this, but there were two wires there, and I just picked them up and just moved them because I thought they were dead. I didn't think they were, but they were live, and it actually hit the gas pipe in the kitchen and blew a little hole in it.
Oh, Gordon Bennett.
And there was a big it all blew a spark and all that, and I'm still shaking from it and stuff and a bit sort of weird. But I electrocuted myself yesterday, but he came back quickly and sorted it. He'd forgotten to do something.
Oh.
I know.
So we sort of got a bit of a rollicking, did he?
No.
Oh.
And I'm waiting now for who should be here. He was supposed to be here between 9 and 10, and he hasn't turned up. The plumber to check the gas pipe.
Yeah. Obviously, because if it made an hole in it, obviously it's.
There was a leak because we could smell gas yesterday.
Oh dear.
I'll be back in a minute. Hold on. It's just my dad's back.
I've sent you an invitation, Emily. So certain someone is just still having the breakfast. Well, you see, the thing is, he likes toast, but he's not very good at spreading. It's his hand-to-eye coordination. So he likes toast, but is not very good with his what we call hand-to-eye coordination, because his special needs. You see, he has a problem with that, and sort of would still be here this time tomorrow if I left him to do it himself. He can do it. It's quicker for me to do it. So, but. Yes, apart from like he does sometimes burn the toast, but yes, I mean, he is able to do it himself, but it'd be here till tomorrow trying to do it, and I think it's just quicker for me to do it for him. So yes, plus I'm not saying too much because it's first. Next two games after the international break, Obviously, it's too watching telly. You don't know what I'm saying. Callum? I'm talking about a son. But yeah. I know. Woohoo! Can't go quick enough. Peace and quiet at last. Dear me. You're taking these with you when you go?
Yes, I will.
Yeah, I'll take these away while you're going. Oh, I bet you're pleased about that. Hiya, Mary. How are you? When he goes upstairs, I'll tell you.
What's this secret about me?
No. Oh, not leave till 1 o'clock. This surprise is I've just had a delivery by Royal Mail and we've ordered him a Sheffield United bath towel with his name on it. Hiya, Jason. Hiya, Vicky. So, yes, I didn't want to say it too loud because he's only just gone upstairs. So, yes, another reason why I was late was as well, I've just had a delivery and it's a surprise for Callum's birthday, you see. So I didn't want to sort of say anything while I was here. Yeah, Jason's put shush, it's a secret. Well, I can say it now because it's gone in the bath. But it's a towel with Sheffield United on it and it's been personalised with his name on it and everything. So, but it's for his birthday, you see, but that's not till November. So basically, it must have heard the postman come because I had to sign for it. Mm-hmm. And I messaged Chris to say it's arrived. So he says, hide it. So I just went like that and lobbed it in corner near the sofa. So we didn't, I thought, no, where can I hide it? And I went, I know, I'll just lob it in corner. So I sort of just sat here and I just went and threw it over into the corner because he was getting up, you see.
Tossing.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was funny because I'm thinking, oh, wait, I've got this parcel in my hand and I could hear Callum getting up. I just messaged Chris to say it had arrived. And then he went, quick, hide it. And sugar, what can I do? I lobbed it in the corner.
Oh, dear. For our kids, eh?
Oh, dear. But yeah, it was something that I think he'd seen it on Facebook, actually. On one of the, because it is sort of part of several of the Sheffield United like Facebook groups. Yeah. And it were a lady that would personalising like big bath towel type of thing, but the Sheffield United one, you see.
Yeah.
So basically, Chris says, oh, that'd be a good idea for his. Hiya, Ruby. I'm not too bad, Ruby. Neither of us had a very good night last night because it was that blooming warm.
Yeah.
Oh, Gordon Bennett. I think Chris was still awake at 2 o'clock and he'd got me up at 6.
Oh boy.
You want to hear the worst of it? I fell asleep really early. I can't remember what time, but it was early because I didn't do any live streaming or anything last night because I was too unwell. And I fell asleep and I woke up at about 1 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't get back to sleep. So I've been up all night.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
But I did do a bit of quiet jobs and things in the house with tidying up, but quiet things so I didn't disturb next door.
Yeah.
But I was up on somebody's panel last night.
Whose panel were you on?
I was on Easy Days.
Oh, very cool.
Because he always goes live at 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. And he says, oh, do you want to come up on panel, Jeanette? And I went, oh, me, you know. So Tony was there as well, Silver Retro Collector.
Yeah.
But it was one of them cases where there were quite a few on the panel. So I sort of sat there quiet for most of it, if you know what I mean, because I'm one that, I you know, if it's not my live stream, then I don't like interrupting people, if you know what I mean. But there were Grant Hubbard was there as well. He came.
Well, that's good.
But yeah, you know, when he says, I think it were a case of he wanted new people on the panel, like sort of instead of having the same people on the panel all the time, he wanted.
It does get a bit boring having the same people, doesn't it, Jeanette? You know, having us old crocs here all the time.
That's what makes it like a coffee morning, because you get in the same people coming back again and again. You know what I mean?
I know.
So, but
no, that.
But yes, he did have a little bit of trouble with a certain person, but that kept wanting to come on the panel, kept ringing him on Hangouts because AZ had put his email, because he were trying to get me up on the panel, then it weren't working. So he gave me his email, but ending up it was hiya, Paul. Yeah, so I don't know whether you see when anybody puts their email address in the chat, I copy and paste it, you see.
Right.
But anyway, you were having a problem, but Chris put it in, and he'd already put his email in, and somebody kept ringing him on Hangout because they wanted to come on the panel, but he doesn't know that person. And he says, obviously, he's like me. I don't like just anybody coming on the panel. It's got to be somebody that I know, you know.
Exactly. Yep. Wow.
Yes, Emily, note to self, do not punch the walls. Oh, dear.
Bad girl, Emily. No punching walls. I know.
So, it's exciting because they're going back to school tomorrow, and I'll. And that were another thing. I was just before the postman came. I was trying to set the live stream up, and Chris messaged me and says, "I'm coming home for dinner. Can you do me some cobs?" Well, he said bread cakes, but I call them cobs.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You see, here in Yorkshire, they call them bread cakes, but where I come from, they're called cobs.
Yeah.
You see, we laugh about it, but when we go shopping, I'll say, "Oh, we need cobs," and Chris will say, "No, we need bread cakes," and I'm saying, "No, cobs. The cobs from where I come from. No, you're in Yorkshire. The bread cakes round here."
Yeah, that's right.
As well, they're still cobs.
That's right. I know what they are. Yeah. Holy cow.
You see, in different parts of the UK, they call different things.
Yeah, even it's like in the UK, even there's different names for different things over
Yeah.
there.
Or bombs, and there you go, Emily. She calls them cobs as well.
Yep.
But you see, same as I say, in different, like same as I say here, they call bread cakes, the bombs or rolls, or what are they? They're just bread rolls, basically, Ruby. But in different parts of the UK, they call them different things, you see.
Yeah.
Where,
Chris,
because originally I'm from Nottinghamshire. Now,
Yeah.
Chris is originally from Yorkshire. In Yorkshire, they call them bread cakes. But
Yeah.
from where I come from, they're called cobs or barms, or, you know, in different parts of the country, they're called different things. Still same thing.
we just
but-
call them buns over
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
That's why our kids always
Jason says, my mate asked me if I wanted a batch for lunch. We see this is another one. That's a different, you know, a different name for them, but they're all the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, red rolls or
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know.
because we don't want Adam electrocuting himself again.
He just told me about that.
Yeah. Fun wow, eh?
I know.
Oh boy. Well, he's alive now, I'll tell
I was
you.
going to say, it's wonder he ain't got curly hair this morning. If he had hair.
Yeah, if he had it, well.
Or an afro.
Yep.
Could have had an afro.
Albert Einstein.
Oh, dear.
Surprised look of Don King. Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, Jason's saying daft bugger.
Yeah. Yep, there you go, Adam.
Yeah.
Emily, are
Hi,
you looking at
Ian.
the camera? Oh wait, she's trying not to laugh.
And Bob Ross style, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god.
Jason said daft bugger, but I mean, not being sort of, I mean, I don't know anything about electric either, but I'd have probably done the same thing.
Yeah. Oh.
And Jason,
wasn't-
hey, that's the point. If he got electrocuted, his hair will grow back. He'd probably have long sticky hat hair. Wear it to grow back.
He'd be looking surprised for the rest of his life.
And he's just, if you're wondering, Ian, Boss Man electrocuted himself yesterday, and that's why we sort of,
Yeah.
well, same as I say, we're laughing about it, but it was serious. I mean, it could have, you know, easily have
Yeah.
not
Well,
been.
we're laughing about it now because he's
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, even Adam said himself, you know, he can laugh about it now, but at the time, you know what I mean? It must be, you know, it must have been scary.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Because I like how Adam tells us when he can tell if it's funny. He's laughing the whole time he's telling us. And I'm like, okay, I guess if you can laugh at yourself, that's the best thing, right?
well, this is it. I mean, you know, it would have scared the old bejesus out of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it had electrocuted me,
Yeah.
you know, but
Yeah.
it must
Hi,
have been,
Ian.
the only thing I can say, it must have been grounded well.
Yep.
Otherwise, he might. I hope you got like rubber soles on or something like that.
As she puts LOL at the end of that sentence. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, Emily.
But Jason says, yeah, I will probably have, I think he means shit himself.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have done more than that. I'd have probably needed an electric shock after that because I'd have probably had a heart attack.
Yeah. Well, see, I felt so bad, and Adam's sitting there going, "Stop talking about me." He had bashed his head first thing in the morning. Then he electrocuted himself, and I'm like, "Dude, just go lay down."
Yeah. Go back to bed and start fresh.
That's it. I felt so bad. I'm like,
Oh, Ian's painting the dining room.
woohoo!
It says fart and spoop at the same time.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, I'd have done more than that.
Yeah, exactly. Holy cow. How are you feeling now, Adam? Okay?
Oh yeah. And Emily's put them me with my hand and my knee. We're all doing well, aren't we? Yeah. I think we all want putting, as I say, putting in a bag and shaking up.
Oh, okay. 5 times bashed my head on purpose as I was frustrated with the situation at the time. Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, you poor thing. Stop bashing your head, Emily. Stop punching walls, will you? Or when I come over there, I'm gonna slap the both of you.
Oh, and then I'm gonna say, and then I had a good laugh when Vicky messaged me. So I'm not saying anything about it, but I thought that were brilliant. I did. I'm there going, what?
Yep. Well, I'll say it then because it's funny.
I'm gonna say I'm. It's not my place to say anything, but our what?
Well, because I was laughing on Saturday. My kids had a birthday party, and I'm sitting outside, and I'm frustrated because I got shorted $150 for child support. Right. Next thing you know, I get a phone call, literal, not a text, a phone call from my ex asking me to borrow $20. And I went, what? And you know what it was for? He wanted patio lanterns for his garden out back. And he wanted the boys to pick them up on their way down there. And I'm like, what? No.
I mean, you didn't tell me that bit last night, but that is like a double whammy, that one. That is a double whammy, that one.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, no. Uh-oh. See, you need to go get it checked, Em. Yeah. But yeah, I was laughing because I'm like, you just phoned me, the person you're paying child support to, and asking her for money after everything he said about me, and he's asking me for money? I don't think so.
Jason says, tell him to go suck on a squirrel. Well, I mean, my exact words to Vicky was, can you hang on 5 minutes while I go and get some money off the money tree out the back garden?
Yeah. Yep.
And then I put in brackets sarcastically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a thing I always tell my kids. I'm sorry, I don't poop $50 bills on a daily basis, so we're out. Yeah. Okay, good girl. You need to go get that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she should have done this a few days ago.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but Emily's a glutton for punishment.
Mind you, having said that, I mean, like, because I've been having trouble with my other knee, Chris keeps saying, get back off the doctors, get back off the doctors. I keep saying, well, what they're going to do when I do go? So I'm just as bad. I must admit, I'm just as bad.
Yeah. Well, Jeanette, when you get our age, it's more of that, great. Every time I go, it's more bad news. Why do I want to go?
Yeah. And it's like I've been there, done that with my left leg. They did sod all about that. So why bother going back with my other leg? Because I know they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, been there, done that, got the T-shirt. Yeah.
Oh, Gordon, but it's about as bad as on, Emily. She said 4 weeks wait to see doctor.
Yeah, I know. You know what, Jason, we've all tried, but I mean, like she says, 4-week wait. My doctor's one of those ones where you first thing in the morning you have to call, and if you can get in, I
was just going to say, Arn's not bad for that. Normally, if you ring between 8:30 and 10 o'clock, normally they can get you in the same day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, Arn not too bad, but you've got to go through. You've got to ring them, then you've got to wait for a call back. It's what they call a triage system. So you have to wait for a call back.
Yeah.
Hiya, Baz. How you doing without Bella?
Yeah. Hey, Baz. Hi, Pixie, my love. He says get some housework done.
Yeah, that's why I went.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've made you cobs. They're in the fridge.
Okay.
It says, the door's unlocked because of what I messaged you. So the door's already unlocked.
Yeah.
So I've sort of told everyone, but I waited till Callum went upstairs.
Yeah. See, I don't like that kind of system. Like my doctor, you can get in pretty quickly.
Oh, but enjoying it because I says, how are you doing with Aunt Bella? And he says, enjoying it. Wait till I speak to her later.
The proper answer would have been, Baz, I'm lost without her.
Yeah. Yes, that should have been your response, Baz. You're lost without her and you can't live without her. And
yeah.
Oh, Pixie says, hi, Vicky, my darling. I can't do it as good as he can.
I know it. It's funny, though, because my son's, like, looking at me the last time he heard me say, hey, why do you keep saying that? And I'm like, because it's just a thing between Pixie and I. It's like...
Yeah, well, you see, when he talks to Bella, it calls her Honey Bunny.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just, you know.
Good win. Yeah, good win yesterday.
Yeah. It was fantastic. It was Saturday actually.
Saturday, I meant to say.
But yeah, it said before he went to the march. Yeah, Baz, I don't think so. It's more than his life's worth, I tell you. I'm missing my bell. But yeah, he sort of said before he went to the match, he says, oh, I've got a good feeling about today.
Yeah.
But I mean, it made me laugh because when he sat down Saturday night and he says, what keeps to pick out the bowl? When he came back, I don't know whether it's somebody that's part of the, the Facebook group for the Sheffield United thing, and he says put a £5 bet on, and I forget how much he said he won.
Oh,
£10,000. He won about £10,000, I think Pixie said.
Wow!
For a £5 bet, and he basically, the first score of the first goal, and I forgot now. Chris will tell you. Oh, 10 grand it were. Yeah, it was 10,000.
Oh, wow.
Won £10,000 for a £5 bet.
This conversation going on between.
When he says, I'm missing my bell, Adam says, Baz, open the door and push the button, then you will have a doorbell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he got the £10,000 for the first scorer and the correct score.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
All for £5.
Yeah.
And Chris says, bloody, he says, I wish I'd have put a bet on now, but he don't bet as a rule, if you know what I mean. But it's all right saying it afterwards, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's like at our football games here, we have like a 50-50. And you buy tickets and whatever, and then like 3/4 of the way through the game, they do a draw for a number, and whatever number comes up, you get 50% of whatever their sales are. And 9 times out of 10, it's like almost 10 grand sometimes.
You're going to tell me it was seat next to yours?
Yeah. No.
That'd just be my luck. It'd be somebody sitting next to me.
Yeah, it'd be my dad, because he's in the baseball. We have a baseball team out here called the Cardinals, and we go to their games sometimes, and they do a 50-50 as well. And sometimes it's like a couple $100, right? And my dad wins twice. Then Sean wins, and I'm like, okay, I'll buy a ticket. Yeah, do I win?
No. Well, that'd be just my luck. It'd be either person in front of me or person sat next to me.
Yeah.
Pretty
much. But my dad would have shared had he won that much because I bought the tickets. So, but that's our rules. Like, if I buy the tickets, then we split it, and if he buys the tickets, whatever. It's just a thing between the two of us.
Hi, Mars.
Chris, get back to work. Yeah, they are, Pixie. They're sending dirty pictures back and forth.
But yeah, I mean, it's sort of just our luck. I mean, it's like the lotto numbers. We all just won away, or just one number off, or
Oh, thanks for the visual, Pixie.
Jason says he wins naff all. Same here. That is a TMI moment, Pixie.
Yep. Thanks a lot, bud.
Oh, dear. But when he got up this morning, same as I say, I could hear him like sighing and whatever about 2:15, because he said to me this morning, he said, well, he says, it was that hot last night. He says, I was tossing and turning. He says, don't know whether it were like because I was dreading going back to work today or what it were. He says, but he says, I was sweating buckets and this, that and other. And I says, well, I heard you sighing. And I says, and it weren't, because he said he thought it were about 2:30. I says, it weren't, it were 2:15, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it were hot last night. Moss says, hey, Pixie, I didn't want to interrupt you wiping your arse.
Bye, Pixie.
See you in a bit. I have done your cobs. They're in the fridge. So just to let you know, they're in the fridge when you come in.
Yeah.
Jason says it wasn't what it were roasting here.
Oh, yeah.
But it were nice and sunny yesterday, and it were lovely. I think the sun sort of just tried to come out.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Baz says it were very muggy.
How you doing, Callum?
Doing good.
That's good. Are y'all ready for tomorrow, or is it tomorrow?
Yeah, it is tomorrow. Woo!
Y'all ready for tomorrow, Callum?
Vicky says, are you ready? And he says, probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sort of that's his.
Yeah, it's if I have to be.
Yeah, it's not a case of wanting, it's having to.
Yeah.
Baz says, hi, Callum.
Hello, Baz. What's up? What you doing? You left me out.
So, hopefully I'm doing the carrot cake today, because it was that warm yesterday. By the time I'd done, we had the oven on for the Sunday dinner. Then I did the banana bread, and it was that hot in there. I just said, nah, I'm not doing another one, because I'm
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's good.
Go upstairs. No. You're just gonna look at me.
Jason says, I tried, but you got to pay if you want to sing, lol. Apart from a few crappy songs. What? Okay.
Find out floor.
Yeah. It's Bill writing to me.
Yeah. We don't like Bill very much.
No, neither do we. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. I have to talk to Mark and get it on my iPad, Adam. That way it might work a little bit better with my stupid headphones. My phone's not working very well for Smule.
It's all right. This is a thing. I wonder if it's on about going on smart meters again.
Oh, it's raining where Baz is right now. Oh, cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm on about British Gas, the increase in prices in October. I'm not open anymore.
Yeah. That's it. Too much disappointment. Unless there's a check for 20 grand in there, we don't want it.
No. But yeah, that's a good thing to open first thing in the morning. They're going to increase, because see, we've got both our gas and electric. So I've had 2 letters, and I think they're both saying probably the same thing.
Yeah, probably. Jason hasn't even opened the curtains yet.
Oh, we'll say Chris opened the curtains this morning because his work colleague had got the van. He always likes to open the curtain so he can see, you know.
Oh, cool.
Targa car rally was held here in tropical North Queensland. I've uploaded the video with some footage, if any. Well, yeah.
Absolutely.
But I bet Pixie will watch it because he loves that sort of thing. That's why we're so disappointed about the scooter rally.
Yeah.
It does like that sort of thing.
Yeah. Hey, 20K is better than nothing right about now, Jason, when you don't have it.
I was going to say. But, yeah. Oh, Ian's still waiting. No, I thought it was so, because you see, not so long back, we had a letter about, you know, they're starting to do smart meters in this area. I thought it would probably that, you know, we've had no response from you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But £5 is okay as well, boss man. It's better than a poking eye with shitty stickers, I always say.
Holy cow.
But yeah, I thought that's why I opened it, because I thought, well, it's probably another thing saying, you know, you've not contacted us, blah blah blah. But yeah, whoopie do. The price is up in October. Some more money to fork out.
Yeah. Yeah, 5K is too, Adam. Yeah. It seems like every month my mom gets a check from Uncle Ernie, $25 on premium bonds. Oh, really? I get this one. It's for $1,500 to go get a loan. Like, yeah, no, I'm not getting a loan because I tried that before. I got a loan out and it took me 2 years to pay the stupid thing back. No thanks. Yeah. This government is changing here. They often they can't settle on power. Yeah, I know. You know what? We have for our power here. We have certain during the day prices, and then after 7 p.m. till 7 a.m. we have a whole new other set of prices, and then it's cheaper on weekends too. And it's like, oh brother.
Well, you see, the thing is as well, because I've got both gas and electric, when it gets to near Christmas, they give you £15 back.
Oh, good.
So, like, because I'm on the gas, it's like a card, and on the electric, it's a key. So it's up to you which you put it on, but you just take either your key or your card to the nearest like pay point where that do the energy thing, where you can top it and everything, and it's up to you whether you put it on your gas or your electric. Well, we hadn't had the heating on since like probably January, February time.
Oh wow, yeah.
Because it's not been cold enough.
Yeah.
But like when it gets to October, November time, that's when we start putting the heating on. So during the summer months, the only thing that runs on gas is the cooker.
Yeah, yeah. Holy cow.
So, you know, but because it's only because we've got British Gas, both electric and gas. So they're like, it's like giving their way of giving something back to you.
Yeah. Well,
so I get £15.
Yeah. Okay, Adam. Okay, ditch British Gas, and now it's Scottish Power. This one, I think I've turned my ringer off. I haven't. All these stupid noises.
But you see, but you see that at £15 is only because if let's say, for instance, we've got the gas or the electric with a different company, we won't get that £15 back. But that's only because we've got both electric and gas with them. It's, you know, I mean, when all's said and done, I mean, £15 is neither here nor there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you know, when you take into account the amount that you use over a year period, I mean, £15 is nothing.
Yeah, exactly. It's too. You know what? It's like, I don't know. You put so much money into it just to have it, and then it's like all they give you back is £15. Like,
Yeah.
come on. Yeah. But
Well, you see, when we started out, we were doing the direct debit, and I think it were about 120 something pound. Well, when you ain't got that, by the time your rent and everything's paid, and that's one of the reasons why we went onto the prepayment meter.
yeah.
Because it was a lot per month. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It is.
It's
Oh, wow. Jeanette doesn't know that.
I don't answer numbers that I don't know. And it's not cutting on. There you go. I got the good one. How are you? And Moss says he's thinking of collecting his farts. That should keep the house on going for years. I think if everybody did that, especially Pixie, I think we'd be well away.
Yeah, exactly.
We won't need British gas at all.
Yeah, that's okay. My dad always told me when he needed gas for the car, he just put his arse up to the gas tank.
Jason put most of my time thought I could sell it back to the gas board.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Good.
Sorry. It's good to see him too.
Yes. I have watched a few of his things over the weekend, and I've tried to catch up as much as possible. And guess what?
Yeah, you're caught up.
What? I'm only 5 away from 1.3k. Yay! So going up slowly. And Chris only wanted 100 for 2k. But he's gone down one this morning. Yeah. So he's on 1,899. So
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so he only wants 101 now. He went up to 1,900, but then he's lost. And he's lost one overnight. So, which, same as I said, it could be worse. It could be worse.
Yeah, it could be. He could lose all of it.
No. Yeah, or a lot more. It's all right. I'm just trying to see what my analytics is doing now.
Yeah, I just checked mine, and I'm at 1325.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Getting up there.
Yeah, slowly.
Wow, I've dropped one since I've been live streaming.
Hi, Bella.
Hi, Bella. How are you?
Sure he was. Baz said he was enjoying every minute without Bella.
I think he were just. I think he's missing more than what he's letting on. To be quite honest with you. Oh, my average view duration is 10 minutes.
Oh, Bella says send us a link.
Okay, then I'm at 198,735. I'm getting there.
I did. I'm gonna do for you tomorrow what I did for Will yesterday. The kids were gone all day, right? So
yeah.
I put on their iPad. I set up his channel, and I just started playing videos from the beginning. And because they're ones I've already watched, so I just turned the sound off. So as soon as one went in, I'd start another one, and I got pretty far down this list. So I'm going to do that for everybody in the coffee crew and just slowly go through all the...
You're awesome, Vicky.
Thank you.
Problem's been solved. So it's all
good.
So I'm safe again. My house is safe again.
Hi, Nick. Yeah, so I've just checked my analytics and I'm at 198,000.
Whoa.
So
But I'm gonna do that for everybody in the coffee crew. I'm gonna start right at the beginning and then just.
Hi, look, it's Bella Bing Bong.
Bella,
Hi, Bella.
your boss was in earlier on. I says, "Are you missing her?" He went, "No, not really. I'm quite enjoying it." But then he says, "I miss me Belle."
I know, he just spoke to me. I think he's enjoying all the crap films he can watch. But
Probably.
And all the meals you prepared for him in advance.
Oh yeah, he'll be enjoying all that. But
yeah, God, the good one says, "Well done, Jeanette Pickering. Thank you." Same as I say.
I mean, I heard something. What are you
198,000.
198,000? No, that's not right.
No, I mean, don't mean the sub. I mean the.
Oh, okay.
That's what you get when you come partway through a conversation. I wish.
Yeah, only Bella. That's all I can say is only Bella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about watch time, Bella, not my subscribers. I don't think I've gone up that much overnight.
No, but I no.
Yeah.
But yes, I've just checked me analytics and my watch time, and I'm at 198,000.
That's awesome.
I'm going to do a few. I might do a random live stream. And I don't want to announce it, just see if anybody comes in. So if I practice, I'll go on random. But I'll tell you, of course. But you'll have to be there moderating.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
So, I need you guys to moderate for me because I won't know what I'm doing.
Well, funny thing is, I mean, we were talking the other day about my birthday, but I said there might be a surprise, but I haven't told anybody what it might be.
Yeah.
Ooh. We'll have to wait and see. What is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, nobody knows, only me and Chris.
Yeah.
I'll get it.
She's going to put the thumb screws on me. She's going to do what Adam did and electrocute me.
Hi, Willie. Willie's in the chat.
Hiya, Super Pop Bro, aka William.
Hey, William.
Hiya, Lucy.
Watch time.
Emily, I've told you so many times, just be quiet. We can't speak. We can't get words.
Hey, that's no.
Yeah, come on, Emily, shut up.
Yeah, they did a silent live stream yesterday.
Oh,
It's for you.
Yeah. Yeah, William, make sure you check your watch time. I want to know if it went up a bit.
you did? Well, did you do a silent live stream?
Well,
Emily
did, yeah.
I did notice it like sort of after the event because I were on Easy Days last night on his panel as well.
Yeah.
So yes, I did. Hi, Carla. How are you?
It's angry. It's getting on my nerves.
Jason's put Emily. Some of us can lip read.
Yeah.
Oh dear, Bella did a laugh this morning.
Oh, this bloody thing's getting on my nerves now.
Well, Chris had ordered something for Callum for his birthday. I'm not talking loud because, ears and everything, even though he's upstairs. So anyway, I sees this Royal Mail van pull up.
Can't do that.
Thought, hey, up.
Go on.
Making us feel dizzy.
Oh, no, I'm trying to get it so I can see properly.
Yeah. So anyway, I sees this Royal Mail van put up. I saw him walk past and I thought, I wonder if he's coming here. Next thing, knock comes on the door. Well, Chris had ordered Callum a Sheffield United towel, but he's had it customised with his name and everything on it. So anyway,
you'll love that.
Not come at door, and he says, I've got parcel for you. So I'd sort of put it down here because I were like trying to set the live stream up and everything. Then the knock at the door must have woke Callum up, and he was coming down, and I'd text Chris and said, Callum's towels come. So he went, quick, hide it. And I says, I can eat. So I'm sat here thinking, shit, where am I going to put it? So I see her, and I just went and chucked it over it. I didn't know what to do with it. And I thought, where am I going to hide it? So where we can't find it. Thought, I know, when I just went and chucked it in the corner. You know, where you're in one of them situations where I think, God, you know, you're like a cat in headlights thinking, now, where can I put it? Where can I put it? Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Oh, William says he's at 1,850.
See? That's how
Yeah.
I try. Yep.
Well, sort of, not to put a dilly damper on it, I'm at 198,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm nothing like that.
We all can't be like you, Jeanette, you know.
I know. She's bragging all
Yeah,
the time.
Yeah, but you
I know.
I'm amazed about it because like in February, March time, I were only on 200.
Yeah, Bella and I are just tired of you bragging all the time,
Yeah,
Jeanette.
well, you know what they say, don't you? If you've got it, flaunt it.
Yeah.
And it's panel that's done it. It's your panel that's done it. Just don't get no wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, don't
It's all of
expect
us.
payment because I ain't got any money.
I don't even know what I am. I don't even know where my bloody phone is. Hang on.
Lucy says, yeah, I know that feeling. It's my boyfriend's birthday tomorrow and finding hiding places has been a nightmare. Well, you see, I was sort of put on spot because I heard Callum getting up. Obviously, the knock on the door and me going to the door, etc., must have woke him up, and I heard him coming downstairs. I sat down. I texted Chris and said, oh, his towel's come. And then he went, quick, hide it. I thought, shit, what am I going to do? And I just lobbed it in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason says he's only got 319. You see, same as I said, up until about February, March time, I'd only got 200.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, it's gone. And same as Chris says, it's because I'm doing live streams, etc.
Yeah.
Oh, Carla's hoping to film today.
Oh.
Nick says, I can beat you all. I've got 33 minutes.
Wow. Nice job, Nick.
Yeah. But I thought, well, it's in corner because I've got like a little occasional table this end of the thing. I thought, well, they never go, I just lobbed it in corner.
Yeah.
How long was that over, Jeanette, that time?
It's like lifetime, but once you hit 240,000, that's when you get your monetization and you can get your super chat. But you've got to sustain that 240,000.
And you've also got to have over 1,000 subscribers, else it won't happen.
Yeah.
All right. Does it happen automatically?
No,
No,
it don't. You have to enable it.
You have to enable it and apply for it, and then they check it out. You don't instantly get it. It does take a little.
I'm going to say, I know Aussie Mark. He's got over 2,000 subscribers, and he's only just got his.
Well, look at Vern from Vern Family Vlogs. He has been notified that he was available, I think, earlier on, I think in May or something like that, and he's still waiting to hear back from them.
Well, you see, the thing is, I mean, Bella meets the criteria, but she hasn't enabled it, if you know what I mean.
My watch time is 408,000. But
yeah,
I still don't want to do it.
I'm gonna go, everyone. I'm really not feeling too great.
Okay, Adam.
Just having a bad day.
Pardon?
You're just having a bad day.
No, I almost got electrocuted yesterday.
Oh, and he whacked his head.
And no, the whacking my head was the day before, but I did that. It was on purpose because I was in frustration. That was me just hitting my head against the door. But it's the shock thing yesterday that happened that sort of freaked me out, and I feel.
How did you do that?
Because I've been having my house rewired,
and
the electrician went, and I thought he thought he completely finished, And I went into my kitchen cupboard, and there were 2 wires there. I thought they were just dead. I thought it was, but then I was holding both of them, and it touched the gas pipe, and it went bang, and tripped the switch, and there was blue sparks, and it actually burnt a hole in the gas pipe, which the plumber had just been and fixed.
But so, you could do them for that, Odin.
He's a personally family friend, so we're not going to.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, no, don't. But they, if it had been a company and they'd have left something live like that.
Oh, yeah, we would have done.
Yeah.
It's probably that you're suffering the after effects like shock.
Yeah, I'll be all right. It's just I've just also from me hitting my head about 5 or 6 times on a cupboard door on purpose hasn't helped either, because I've still got a headache from that.
Is that sorry, me asking? Is that bipolar makes you do that?
No, the hitting my head. I was so frustrated with certain things, and a thing with my mother the other couple of days that I was just so angry. Yeah. I don't hit things. I just was so frustrated. I went bang, 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 bang with my head.
Yeah.
Give himself a concussion, pretty much.
I mean, it's probably that, and getting the electric shock. It's probably shocked your system, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And also I didn't sleep last night. I fell asleep for a couple of hours, and then I've been awake since 1 o'clock this morning. So, and my house is still in chaos. Downstairs it is organised now. I've still got upstairs is in chaos, even though it's a small house.
And when he came on, he got Afro hair.
Oh,
I know. Yeah, I got no post. Yes.
How to banish them? How to banish them? How to get rid of them?
Hell no.
I know how to do it. So I come to know idea there, Dennis.
But I will be live tonight as normal, because I miss doing it. Tonight I'll be live, so I will catch you all later.
Okay, then you're going to have a lie down and have a rest.
I won't get much of a lie down because I've got to get on.
Well, lie down in between,
Yeah, I'll have a little rest now before I do anything.
It's like me. I do what I can and sod rest, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, especially when you're feeling like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Take care, everyone.
Yeah,
and I'll see you tomorrow
later.
Or later, whenever.
Yeah, okay, then.
Bye.
Bye. So
today, Vicky?
I think so. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better now. So, I got to do something.
Have you been out and about then, Bella? What you've been up to?
Out and about. No, I just went to the play park with the children. But no, I haven't really been, because I was so squashed up in the back of that car unit. So squashed up.
Yeah.
And it's where I couldn't move my arm because I was just wedged. And it was just so uncomfortable. So the first day I was just uncomfortable.
Well, can I ask a question? Why did it take so long? Were it really bad traffic then, or?
Roadworks, traffic, diversions. Never takes that long. It's under 4 hours to get here, and it took almost 7. We had a couple of stop-offs.
Yeah. So didn't you get back till the early hours then? Retro Productions.
Up past 12.
Oh, it weren't too bad then, because I imagined it being probably midnight, 1:30.
No, we left at about 20 to 1. I was 20 to 1, but we left at 7. No, we left at 7. We left at 6. We left at 6 because it was 7. I can't remember. Anyway, it was nearly 7 hours going. I know that.
Hi, Marie. But yeah, I mean,
they were asleep. The babies were asleep the whole time.
So did I mean, like, I sit in the passenger seat. Didn't you want to sit in the passenger seat, or?
No, because we had someone with us. Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Come down with us. So she brought Mick. I've spoken to you about Michael.
Yeah.
Who had bariatric surgery.
Yeah.
Well, she brought him down with us. with her.
Oh, yeah. How's he doing anyway? I meant to ask you.
Yeah, he's doing all right. He's lost a lot of weight. He's quite fanatical about what he eats.
Yeah.
I suppose it's a good thing in a way, but he should really loosen his knicker elastic a bit. He's a bit fanatical about what he eats.
Yeah. I mean, you see, I will like that to begin with.
Yeah.
But then you sort of, like me, you see, everything, it got to a point like where I were going round supermarket and you're looking at the labels on everything.
Yeah, that's what he does.
And I got like that. But then then you think to yourself, well, it sort of becomes an obsession, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it is a bit with him. But I said to him, you can't overeat, Michael, because honestly, if he ate half a sandwich, he'd be full up for hours.
Yeah.
You know, because he's got no appetite like that anymore.
Hiya, Alex. How are you? But yeah, I mean, I will like that. And they tell you stories about dumping syndrome. I was frightened to eat anything like cake or things like that because they tell you these horror stories about dumping syndrome, etc.
Yeah.
And then sort of we went on holiday and I thought, what? I'll try a little bit of cheesecake, something like that. I mean, when I say a little bit, it was a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's tiny, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, what it is, I think he's had the same surgery as what I have, and he had what they call a sleeve gastrectomy.
Right. So they've cut that bit away.
Well, basically, what they do is they cut 3/4 of your stomach away.
Yeah, that's what he's got like a banana shape.
Yeah, and all you've got left is like a banana shaped stomach. So no matter how much you try, you cannot overeat.
Yeah.
Hi, flying monkey. But you see, the thing is, I mean, it's like Sunday lunch. I don't have sort of sweet stuff, but I always have a little bit of dessert.
Yeah.
Which to me is like a treat to me.
Yeah.
So, but the size of my dinner at Cider Chris and Callum's, it's like half for what they eat.
Yeah. Of course.
You know, and then sort of even that I can't eat it all because I think, well, if I overeat on that, I'm not going to be able to have a dessert, and I look forward to that treat of having a dessert.
Yeah.
Whereas before, you know, they'd have dessert and I wouldn't. But when I tried it, when we went on holiday, I thought, well, no, I'm not getting the dumping syndrome or anything. So, and it's like I always say, a little bit of what you fancy does you good.
Yeah. I think he'll get there, but at the moment he's still at the fanatical stage.
Yeah.
And because he's moving, because he's got the reason he wanted it done is they wouldn't operate on his back. He's got spinal problems, and they wouldn't operate the size he was. So he's still got the back problems, but it's a lot easier as he's losing weight.
Sorry, I'm just reading what Nick had put. He says he went out last night for a Toby carvery. When they arrived, was told they had gammon, turkey and pork, but we had to wait 30 minutes to be seated. By the time we got to get our food, there was only pork left.
Oh, God.
I complained when they produced the bill at the end about the lack of choice. He says, so we ended up paying £20 for 4 carveries. So you can't complain at that.
No.
My monkey says, I went to go and see Nev yesterday from the specials. It was amazing. He was crying on stage because it's his grandson got stabbed outside a nightclub in Coventry. And he still performed.
Oh, man.
Okay then, Emily. See you later.
There's so many stabbings in London now. It's scary.
Yeah.
I'm scared to go through London.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily London as well, Bella. I think it's all over. It's so easy to get their hands on a knife. And a lot of people say, oh, I carry it for protection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would. Well, I mean, I was watching a thing, I forget, it was on, he was a bill collector or something like that, and I can't remember whereabouts he was from, but he runs a gym and everything else, and it was on that show Vice, and I couldn't believe, like, just the stuff that goes on.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's same way, you know, it's like the abuse that some that are just doing the job get.
I know.
Yeah. I think he said something. Oh, I think it was not Coventry. I can't remember where he said. I think it started with an M or something like that. But anyways, yeah, I was
Manchester, probably.
No, it was something like that. It ended with a Y or something. What's that?
Middlesbrough?
No, it ended with a Y or something like that. I can't remember. I think. But anyways, yeah, I was just blown away. Like, and then I've watched that CCTV show. It's called Caught on Camera.
Yeah.
But it's blew me away, the amount of things that they get away with and the tricks that they learn and stuff like that to quickly get away with stuff like that. It's just,
I know, it's scary.
You see Flying Monkeys from Coventry, and he says it was Club M, that's where it happened, and he says it's the right shithole.
Yeah.
Well, Saturday, there was one in Barking, which is the next town from where I come from, in East London, and there was another one in Dagenham. But Dagenham was always known as Daggers anyway, because it was always a bit of a violent place. But so there was 2 Saturday night. I don't know what's happening.
It is. It's getting ridiculous. I mean, same as I say, they say, oh well, they carry knives to protect themselves.
Rubbish.
I mean, it's like me. I always say to Chris, I don't need any knives. I've got 2 walking sticks, and you know, whacking them on it nuts will hurt them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not come again if they try mugging me.
Yeah, exactly.
It is scary there, and I get worried for the grandkids, really, what the world's going to be like when they're older, you know.
Well, that's it. I mean, we always worry about Callum because, I mean, even though he's sensible and whatever, there's a lot that aren't, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
And you hear that many things about kids taking either guns or knives and everything to school. It don't bear thinking about.
I think it's harder with boys. I know you guys have got boys. I think it's harder because with the girls, if they were going out, I could take them there, or they could take them in the car, or pick them up in the car, or, you know, it would be all right because it's not for a girl, that's all right. But you can't do that with boys because they'll get laughed at. And
yeah.
So I think it's more worrying for parents of boys than it is for girls, really.
Well, I mean, as you know, Bella and Vicky, I've always tried to teach Callum common sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because of his special needs, he's got a vulnerable side, if you know what I mean.
Yes, exactly.
But you see, he sort of started getting bullied, and when we had the review of his statement, I says to the woman, I says, if it's not one person bullying him, it's another. And I'll tell you something for nothing now. We both have told Callum, if you're getting picked on constantly, and this is, I mean, Chris is used to box, and he says, just stand on the foot, whack them one in nuts, and then give them one in right clock for a good measure.
Yeah.
You know, just as a self-defense mechanism, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, when we went to the statement review, I says, I'll tell you something. It's come to a point now where Callum's at that point where he can only take so much. And we have told him, and you can write this down in your review, that we've told him to defend himself by any means necessary, not sort of, you know, knife or gun, but I mean physically defend himself.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right. And the thing he's got on his side, he's a big fella, isn't he?
Yeah,
a big bloke. You know what I mean?
But it's same as I say. I mean, touch wood is not had it for about a year and a half, 2 years now. But we have gone through some things. I tell you, some at Bella, we have gone through some things.
Horrible. What's the parents to them kids, honestly?
You know, and Marie says, yeah, he asked it. But we've warned them at school. We've warned them at school, you know, don't come ringing us up and saying, well, look, Callum's hit somebody, because he's done it for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, we have only told him, you know, you're not to hit anybody. You wait for them sort of, you know, whatever. Don't.
Well, what choice have you got? If the school's doing nothing about the bullying, you've got no choice.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
This is it.
Yeah, we have the same issue here. It's like they say, oh, it's zero tolerance and this and that. Like, my kid got suspended for pantsing someone by accident, okay? And it was the way he told me it happened. It was a complete accident. However, another kid chokes another kid and nothing happens.
Yeah. Up to no good is put. Hey, up Jeanette. He's from just that road in Chesterfield.
Exactly.
But you see, same as I've said, it got bullied by this one particular kid. I mean, you've seen size of Callum, and this lad were like 6 stone wet through, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it were more like mental to start with. And this particular day, he waited outside a lesson that Callum was coming out of, and he punched him. Yeah. Now, Callum's sort of lad that at the time, he wouldn't tell the teachers, he'd come home and tell us first. I went up the wall.
Yeah.
I rang school and everything, right? And I says, like, he picked his moment, and he actually waited outside one of Callum's lessons for him. I says, and punched him. Well, anyway, it was dealt with. He got suspended. He got put in detention. And then the cheek of the school had the cheek to turn round to me and said, oh, well, it's from a broken home. I says, I was from a broken home. I says, but I don't go around punching people.
That old chestnut don't work, does it?
No. And I says, you know, I says, there's lots of kids out there, I says, that come from broken homes, so to speak, that the parents have divorced for whatever reason. I says, but do you see them, you know, sort of punching people or, you know, specifically targeting a certain person? I says, no. I says, that is basically bull crap in my mind.
It only takes one parent to teach right from wrong.
That's right.
It only takes one parent. And the home environment, whether it's 1, 2, or however many parents, it's that environment that teaches right from wrong that matters.
But you see, same as us. I mean, I told them this. I says, well, look, I says, the fact that my child's got morals and he's been taught morals and he's been taught politeness and whatever, I says, don't always, you know, all people or all parents aren't the same as us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it's a case of, same as Bella says, the way that they were brought up.
Exactly.
And Callum's been taught up to respect his elders. He's been taught manners and politeness.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I mean, and you know, anybody is welcome to look at his thing. And basically, every teacher that Callum has says he's a delight to teach because he's polite and he's you know, he's got manners.
He's a lovely boy.
You know, but that is the way we've brought him up. We've brought him up to be polite and have manners.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean...
But half these parents, Jeanette, they ain't got manners themselves.
No.
The kids just learn by example. And if they're talking to each other like pigs, sorry, but they do, then it's going to rub off on the kids.
I mean, I've often said this, but I know it's cruel, but them sort of people don't deserve kids. You've got hundreds and hundreds of people or hundreds and hundreds of couples out there that want children that can't have them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, it's the way of the society that a lot of teenagers are getting pregnant just so they can get council houses, so they can get the benefits, etc., so they don't have to go out to work.
I know. And do you know, it's some years ago, but when I was pregnant with my Emma, I had a show about 4 or 5 months, and they took me in hospital, which they did then, and kept me in for a couple of days, but it was nothing. But on the right-hand side of me, there were wards then, you know, proper wards. And on the right-hand side of me, there was a girl who'd had about 6 miscarriages. She was laying on her back. She wouldn't move. She had a ring and a stitch in her to save her.
Yeah. I had a friend that had that.
And she would not move. And the other side of me was the girl who'd come in for a D&C because she'd had umpteen different men, umpteen different kids, and, you know, pregnancies. And I said, don't you worry being like this. And she just said, no, just come in here and they get rid of it. So you've got her one side and this other poor cow the other side trying to hold on to her baby. I thought, how unfair is this?
Yeah, I know. DJ says, anyone touch Callum and I'll find out. I'll personally kick their arse. So he's got his own private bodyguard. Hi, Vanessa.
Come here.
No.
His friends.
Hi.
It's Nelly's mates. Are you going to say hello to Nelly's mates? No.
Hello. I like her answer though. You're going to say hello?
I better go. Peace is gone.
Did I mention the donuts then?
Yeah. See you later, guys.
Yeah, see you later, Bella. Thanks for dropping in.
Bye.
That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, it's you know, I mean, they can use the excuse about coming from broken homes, but you know, it's all a load of bull crap to me.
You know what? I think everybody comes from a broken home in some way, shape, or form these days, and it's there's no excuse for behavior. At a certain point, you need to start taking responsibility for your actions and everything else and stop blaming everyone else around you, because you're a big, especially when you're older, like our age or whatever. And it's like, you know what? You can only blame your parents for how they raised you for so long, because you're your own person and only you can change the way you are.
I mean, yeah. Take you for instance. I mean, you're divorced, but I have never met such polite kids as yours, if you know what I mean.
Thank you. Yeah, they're, you know, I do my best, and that's the thing. Like, they go through a lot too, and behind the scenes, it's not all hunky-dory all the time. But I mean, I've taught my kids, when you're out in public, especially when you're out in public, to other people, you are polite, not disrespectful, because how would you want to be treated by someone else?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
I mean, same as I say, I was brought up very strict, and I was brought up to respect my elders, and you know, like me, I used to say auntie this or auntie that, you know what I mean? Not call them by the first names or anything. And when I were a kid, my teachers were Mrs. So-and-so or Mr. So-and-so, not, you know, I mean, a lot nowadays are calling the teachers by the first names, which I think it like oversteps the boundaries.
It does. It shows a lack of respect there.
Yeah.
Because the respect is calling them Mr. So-and-so. And to me, like, there's a lot of people here too that are brought up in the fact of, you don't call anybody by their first name. It's like, if they were introduced to you, it's, hi, Mrs. Pickering, how are you? Even if you said, call me Jeanette, they're brought up in that fact that it's Mrs. Pickering.
Yeah.
And that's it, you know, and I respect that, because that's, you know.
And that is how Callum's been brought up. I mean, he never comes home and says, oh, let's say, for instance, his name's Gary or his name's Stuart, or Stuart said Mr. So-and-so or Mrs. So-and-so, you know what I mean? And that's the way Callum's been brought up, because it was the way I was brought up.
Yeah. I think they're, sorry.
Yeah. You teach your kids like mutual respect and politeness.
Yeah, I mean, there's a huge thing with the respect and the way teachers are treated these days. And yeah, I understand that teachers are like always asking for more money, more money, more money. But I mean, in the sense of the way that they're treated by students these days, and it's scary. Like, there's so much of a lack of respect that it's pretty much all you do is you open your doors and you hope that the kids will want to learn.
Yeah. But I mean, if they're not taught it at home, then why are they going to use it at school?
That's right.
Yeah, and because Callum has been taught, you know, some as I say, his reports are glowing, is a pleasure to teach, very polite, but you know,
yeah.
which is it's like a it to us it's showing that we've done right by him, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marie says, because we lost my dad, my mum took a very strict home for me and my brother. Well, this is it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I mean, Jason's just said we did have some trouble. But you see, this is it. I mean, you've got people that are strict and teach the kids politeness. Then you've got other parents that basically couldn't give a monkeys.
Yeah. See, even Vanessa said, I've never had my students call me by my first name. And I don't think they should. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you see, but yeah, I were astounded when, you know, the school were making excuses for this lad punching Callum. I mean, in my eyes, there were no excuse whatsoever.
No. We had a kid here that would stand behind someone and he'd kick them or aggravate them, and then as soon as they turn around to threaten them, they got in trouble because he's standing there looking all innocent, right? Because teachers didn't see what he did, and it didn't matter how much they said, well, he did this and he did that, you know. It was like, oh, we didn't see him, we saw you, and that was that. So
well, that same as I say, that's a person that sort of knows how to work the system, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. But I mean, the hardest part for me too, and I have nothing, you know me, I have nothing against anybody in any way, shape, or form. But what bothers me is we have a couple of students that are foreign that like to pick on kids and everything else. Now, I don't know how they lived in their country and how things were. Because, I mean, a lot of those countries, they've had to fight for, you know, everything that they have, or fight to get just through the day. And, but you can't do that here. And as soon as you go into the office and you talk to the principal about the way your child's being treated, it's, they're being racist. It's because I'm from another country. You're complaining, and my kid, whatever, you know, and it's like, come on.
Yeah, I want to say it's easy enough nowadays to play the racist card.
Yeah.
But if your child's been constantly picked on, it's not got nothing to do with race or whatever. The fact of the matter is they're being picked on for whatever reason, and it needs being dealt with. And Vanessa says, I am at school teaching and I'm not there to be anyone's friend. Well, that is exactly, you know, and I respect teachers for that fact. I mean, they're there to do, like, to teach your child, you know, but same as I say, I mean, it's so easy nowadays for them to pick the, you know, from to, you know, choose the, you know, well, it comes from a broken home. I mean, it's no excuse.
No.
It's the way you've been brought up, basically.
Yeah, only you can change who you are and how you react to things. You can't keep blaming your past for that, you know?
Yeah. And same as Jason's just said, nowadays teachers are having to tread on eggshells because, you know, they can be accused of all sorts.
Exactly. Yep.
You know, and they sort of, you know, in my day, I mean, it were what the teacher said, you know, that was it.
Yeah, that's it. What was said goes.
That sort of, you know, without sort of raising the voice or anything. You did what the teacher told you. End of.
Yep, that was it. Yep, exactly.
Hiya, Barmer Greats. How are you? But yeah, I mean, it's a case now where it's like disciplining your child. I mean, when I were a kid, I mean, you know, when I say you can't even smack your child nowadays.
Yeah.
Without fearing that you're going to get in trouble with social services.
Yeah, you say the wrong thing or whatever. Like when I was a kid, it was I got the strap, you know, and it's nowadays that's illegal. And you remember how, you know, if you swore or you said the wrong thing, you'd get soap in your mouth. Well, apparently that's illegal now. You know what I mean? And I'm like, come on, like you're taking things to the point of we can't even discipline our kids. If you say the wrong thing, your kid can call Children's Aid. And of course you're sitting there going, what? Like I had one CAS worker ask me, she says, do you yell at your kids? I said, of course I do. After 20 times of me telling them to do something and they're still not listening, I'm going to yell. She goes, well, does that work for you? And I go, not all the time, but pretty much, yeah.
And they're questioning you. Are you bringing your children up?
Yeah. Vanessa
says in Massachusetts, some high schools, they collect cell phones and seal them in a plastic Ziploc bag to prevent we see. This is the thing. Callum has a phone. He has his mobile phone on him, but it's kept in his bag and it's kept switched off. And normally what Callum does is, because of his special needs and everything, he has to catch the bus to school. So I always ask him to ring me when he's on the bus going to school, and when he rings me on the way home from school, just to let me know that he's on the bus. Apart from that, his phone is not to be used during school time. And that is a rule that I've told him. You're not to use it during, you know, whatever. Yeah. That phone is just for you to phone me in the morning to let me know that you're on the bus. And when you get in on the bus coming home at night, not for anything else. I mean, what he does with it when he gets home or whatever. Yeah. That, you know, but when he's at school, that is to be kept in his bag. And it's only to be yours to ring me to let me know that he's on the bus okay.
Yeah, exactly. I'm waiting on Olden to finish up. Oh, okay. So that was for you.
Yeah, I am still on. Well, it was Ford Mustang. But yeah, Vanessa says, I tell my students it's all about learning personal responsibility, which I agree with totally.
It is. I mean, that's like at home. I'm teaching Sean to cook. I mean, he's 20 years old and he can cook for himself. He knows how to do his own laundry. He knows how to clean, although he never does it, but he knows how to clean. He knows how to pay bills. He knows how to take care of himself. So I'm not worried when he does get his own place. The problem is he's got a spending problem, like his mother, you know. But I think he pretty much be okay on his own because he's smart enough to know how to take care of himself.
Hey, Emily's back.
Yay, Emily.
But you see, this is the thing. I mean, because Callum's got special needs, you try to teach him independence. Yeah, I mean, like Karate Joe were in this morning, and you know why you doing this toast and everything. To me, it has trouble with hand-to-eye coordination.
Yeah,
he can do it, but from my point of view, it's faster and quicker for me to do it because it'd take him all day to do it himself.
Yeah.
So it's easy. Like I was getting ready to do the live stream, it's quicker for me to do it for him under that circumstance because we'd be there for a month of Sundays.
Oh.
Oh, it's all right, Bomber said. I had one who said one time, I'm going to call DHR on you. I said, okay, I'll look that number up for you, but first let's get your things together. He replied, what things? I said, your clothes. And then he asked why, and he says, well, when they come, you're going back with them. Oh, I never had to look that number up again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this is it. This is it. I mean, you know, it's sort of Callum. He knows which, as the saying goes, he knows which side his bread's buttered on.
Yeah. Don't
You know
bite
what
the
I
hand that
mean?
feeds. That's all I can say. Yeah.
You know, and it's a case of, you know, you think you've got it rough at home, but you know, there's plenty of kids out there that haven't got parents, or for one reason or another are in care.
Yeah. Well, I said to the kids one day, I said, look, I said, you want to know, you guys think that you're so hard done by and everything else. I said, I'm going to give you one day. One of these days, if you guys keep arguing, I said, you're going to learn what it's like to have nothing.
Exactly.
And I mean, even Dr. Phil, which I hate watching him, but even Dr. Phil said the best way to discipline a kid is take them down to the bare minimum and make them earn it back. You know, so.
Don't tell Jeanette Pickering, she will think I'm a sugar daddy. You've got to have money. You've got to have money to be a sugar daddy.
Exactly.
I'll leave it at that, should I?
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, I mean, same. I mean, you know, I mean. Oh yeah, okay then, Jason. I'll thank you for coming in, and he's going to organise his lunch.
Yeah. At least, I mean, as overbearing and annoying as and whatever as they can be, at least you know they care somewhat. It's just a control issue, I guess. Got a couple of
Might not go very far. You're welcome, Jason. So I'm just pouring a glass of water out.
That's always good fun. Yeah, of course it is. Well, I got a good compliment yesterday. I went on Unapologetically Gomes.
Yeah.
Ooh. I went
all
on their lives yesterday.
That's what I drink. It's Volvic, sugar free.
I like that. I like the flavored waters. They're good.
Yeah. Well, Callum has lemon and lime, but he has the sparkling one. I just have the still one.
Oh, nice. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. So I went in there, and she says, "Oh, you got to check out." And she's telling they're on live with somebody else, like we are right now, and stuff. And they said, "Oh yeah, you got to go check her out. She got some awesome quiz. She's, you know, really interesting channel, and I like chats like that are interactive and this and that." And I'm like, "Holy cow!" Like, you don't think?
Well, same as I was saying. I were on Dave's panel last night, and he was saying, always says, you know, it comes in. I'll not be long before I'm closing it down. But yeah, and he says the thing I like about Jeanette is it's like going round to visit your neighbour.
Yeah.
You know, she don't put no airs and graces on. She says it as it is. You know, and basically, I'm me being me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, they appreciate the honesty and the trueness of who you are, and you know, you're not sugarcoating nothing for nobody on your chats, right? So
yeah, and basically it says, well, you've got these channels that are out there that are fake, but you can tell that I'm not fake, if you know what I mean. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
You know, and it sort of made sort of a compliment that it's like going round to visit your neighbour. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Emily was saying, yeah, even though the mother told me to delete Adam from my life, I was like, oh, hell no. Yeah.
Just said we just died when the neighbours come out.
That's right. Yeah. And that's like, I mean, this is the thing, like, in the perfect instance here is like with Emily, like, she's 27 years old. You know, and they're taking away her iPad and her phone because she's spending too much time and she's doing this, doing that. Some things I can understand. Like, if she was driving him nuts and swearing at him and being a complete badass in the home the whole time, then taking stuff away like that, I can understand that. But all she does is sit there and talk to people when they're watching TV or doing whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, it looks
no reason.
Yeah, look at it from this point of view. I mean, how many 27-year-olds are going out, getting drunk, getting high on drugs, whatever?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, Emily's 27 years old. You know, she's not going out and getting drunk every night, not coming back legless, not getting high on drugs, not got a drug addiction or whatever. How many 27-year-olds can say that, you know, parents say that about the children?
Yeah, not very many. And they should be proud of her for that and back off. That's the way I see it, you know. But this is what I'm saying. I mean, you got one extreme where the parents care too much. And then there's some parents that don't give a crap at all, that just sit back and go, okay, whatever, do what you want, you know, and I don't even know who that is.
Andre. I mean, I'm just checking as well because, no, I don't. I mean, I don't just invite anybody up onto the panel. I mean, you know.
We have to get to know you first.
Yeah.
Sorry, we've known each other for like almost a year now.
You know, I only invite people, same as Aziz was saying last night, I only invite people up onto the panel that I know that have been coming here regularly, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay in the chat, get to know people, hang around for a few months, and you never know.
Well, this is it. Same as I say, I mean, it's not that I don't, you know, it's just that we don't know you. So it's just sort of coming here regularly, getting to know us, and then I might consider it.
Yeah.
Vanessa says it's 6:54 and I felt it. Well, get some made then, Vanessa.
Yeah, come on now.
But yeah, you know, I mean, it's like Vicky comes here every morning when I do the coffee morning.
I get up at 5 a.m. Yay!
Yeah, 5 a.m. That is, he says, I don't have time to attend streams. You know, but I mean, we don't know you.
Yeah, no offense. It's just we don't know you well enough yet.
Oh yes, these guys in here are all really good friends. Wouldn't change it for the world. But
that's right.
You know, no disrespect to anyone. I mean, you know, I only invite people up that I know that I can rely on, and that's it. That's why I've got moderators in my chat, just to keep an eye on the chat. You know, so I'm just being a responsible YouTuber.
Yeah.
Basically. I never put the link in the chat. If I send anybody a request, I send it via either email or via Hangouts, and that is because I've got their email and I know I'm on a personal level.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's called dedication. That's right. Yeah. Yep. Well, hey, you know what? I've missed a few coffee mornings, but
yeah, but I mean that were for personal reasons, let's say.
Yeah, but no, I mean, you know what? Though now that I've gotten to know you guys, and because I've known you so long now, it's like if I'm not up at 5 a.m. and on here talking to you guys, I feel bad. You know, so it's like, oh darn, I missed it.
I mean, you don't feel bad about it, but
no, I know, but it's.
I'm just going to say one thing. I'm Carter's alarm, so
yes,
that's why you hardly ever miss a live stream, because I'm Carter's alarm. Here's my name. Boom is downstairs.
Yeah, right now they were up late last night, though. That's probably why he's not down. But they usually have little sleepovers on the weekends in each other's bedrooms, and they'll sleep over, you know, whatever. So they were up late night talking and giggling and everything else, and so yeah, that's why they're still sleeping now.
Not good enough.
No, I know, no excuses. Well, they're going to bed early tonight, So yeah, they're not sleeping for much longer.
I'm going to say Callum will be in bed at 9 o'clock tonight because it's school in the morning.
Yeah, Carter will be in bed at 8. Austin will be in bed at 9. And even Austin says to me, "Can I go to bed at 9? Is that okay? Because I got to get up really early for school." He wants me to wake him up at 5 a.m.
Well, you see, I mean, it's like Chris leaves sometimes, it's all depending whether he's got the works van or not. But Callum leaves the house at 7 a.m. every morning to catch his bus for school, you see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
So it's, after 7 o'clock when they both left, peace and quiet.
Yeah. So.
As much as I like the lions, I like the peace and quiet.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Same because Callum says, "Oh, that means you've got to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning, blah, blah, blah." I says, "Yeah, Callum." I says, "But I've got the luxury." I says, "I can go back to bed if I want."
Yeah, exactly. Once you're gone, we're going.
Yeah. Once you leave, I can go back to bed for a couple of hours.
That's it. We have nobody to take care of once you're out the door.
He's in year 11. He's in his last year this year, Emily.
Yes.
He's in year 11.
Yep. Austin's starting high school this year. Carter's in grade 5, which I can't believe.
But yeah, I mean, it's the same as we was just saying the other day. It don't seem 2 minutes since we were going to junior school, and boy, has the time flown, and now he's in his last year of high school.
Yeah, exactly.
Exams and, you know, and then sort of after May time, he'll be going like, hopefully to college.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't seem like 2 minutes.
No, I know. That
You know,
sounds like
since we were at junior school, and I'm sat there rotting my eyes out when he's doing a play.
yeah.
I always used to, because like we always used to go and watch all his plays, and Chris used to say before we left, "Hey, make sure you've got some tissues in your bag." You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Make sure you've got some, because I know you. It says as soon as Callum sort of starts talking or anything, I'm sat there bawling my eyes out.
Yeah.
Even sort of, you know, as he's got older, I still do. I mean, like when he had the Diamond Phoenix Award, I kept saying, "I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry." Sat there, everybody else. But the minute Callum got up to get up on stage, that were it. I was falling.
Yeah, I'm the same way too. It's like, you know, when you see your kid go up there and get an award or their diploma or something like that, it's like the waterworks start because you're so proud of them, you know? Yeah.
I mean, because his mum and dad were there, his auntie and uncle were there, me and Chris were there. And I kept saying, "No, I'm not going to cry. No, I'm not going to cry."
Yeah.
The minute he walked up on stage, that were it.
Wish I can remember that far back. Yeah. Emily's going to school too. Is it college or that she's going to or something?
Yeah. Well, I mean, she says it's been 11 years since she left. It's been about 40 since I left.
I can't remember anymore.
You know, I mean, sort of that's a drop in the ocean compared to how long it is since I've been left school.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, to correct myself, it's 39 and a half because I was 16 and a half when I left school. So it's sort of 39 and a half.
Yeah.
To be correct.
Yeah, will you, Jeanette? No. Wish I could remember that far back. Oh yeah, I go back to college next Thursday. So what is it you're taking, Emily? Because I know we've had this conversation and I can't remember now.
We're into English and maths.
Something like that she's got to complete, yeah.
Nick says he left 32 years ago.
I went back 10 years ago to get my GED, which is like your grade 12 equivalent.
Yeah.
Get that. So
well, they call them like GCSEs in this country.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Maths and English. I mean, I thought my memory were bad, but I can remember her saying maths and English.
Yeah.
Oh, the sun's actually coming out now.
I was just about to say that. Actually, I was like, oh, it just got a whole lot brighter in your living room.
Yeah. I'll say the sun's just come. Because I was in two minds when I got up whether or not to put the washer on. But it were a bit dull, and I thought, well, you know, oh, Vanessa says she teaches maths.
Oh, cool. I suck at math.
It confounded me, maths. I couldn't do maths for love nor money. Now, ask me to spell anything because I'm Chris's personal dictionary, because he's a bit dyslexic, is Chris. And he always says, well, how do you spell this? How do you spell that? And I just go, blah, 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 you know, boom, done.
See, now that's why I always laugh at my ex, Jeanette, because he's the same way. He's not very good at English, but he was good at other things, right? So I was like, okay, well, I'm good at English. I love history and everything else. I sucked at math. But he asked me how to spell pencil one day, and I had to look at him and go, what?
You see, this is the thing with Callum. Now, you know, at an early age, he were reading and spelling brilliantly. Yeah. But that is his one downfall, is maths.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't get it. I'm okay with it now. Like, I'm pretty quick when it comes to adding and stuff like that. But no. And when it starts to get into the geometry and
algebra and things like, oh, Gordon Bennett.
Oh, you're on your own, dude. Yeah. That's why I said to Austin, I said, don't expect my help this year.
Okay then, Marie. See you later. Thanks for coming in, and much love to you as well.
Bye,
but yeah, I mean, when he comes with his own work, I mean, I sort of sit there and I'm going, what? No, it's just gobbledygook to me, that one is.
Yeah. Well, see, even the thing is, like, they keep changing the way they teach them. And my friend Crystal's daughter brought home her math homework and everything else. And she's usually an ace in math at her daughter, right? And Crystal goes, well, this is how I was taught to do it, because she's an ace in math. And she did it all for her. And, of course, her daughter wrote it all out, showed all her work. And her teacher goes, that's not how I showed you to do it. I'm like, what? So just because the way they do it now has changed, if you do it the wrong way, you can get a wrong answer now. So it's like, no, it's still the same answer. The answer's correct. I just did it a different way. But you're not allowed to do that, you know? So it's like, whatever.
But Nick says he got better with it when I started playing darts.
Yeah.
But yeah, some as I say, you know, like certain things, you know, like English or what, if it's got a question, no problem. But when he sort of gives me the maths homework, I just say, Callum, I was absolutely pants at maths. To me, this is like a foreign language.
Yep. Go ask your dad.
Yeah. Well, even asking Chris, I mean, he's not got a clue like me.
Yeah. 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 Hey, Tony.
Hi, Tony. Thank you very much. It was nice seeing you. Tony was on Aisy's panel as well last night.
Oh, wow. How you doing, Tony?
But yeah.
Yeah, it's so hard these days, though, to you know, the way they teach them and everything else. And it's like, but see, it gets me, you know how in the old days we didn't have calculators in class, or I mean, when we were doing exams, we had to do everything by paper. It's like, here's your scrap piece of paper, there's your calculator, you know what I mean? Like, and now they're allowed to bring in calculators, their bags, their laptops, their everything, so that they can do this. I'm like, that's pretty much cheating.
Yeah. Well, you see, the fact of the matter is as well, because Callum's writing isn't very good, they allow him a laptop anyway. So he actually does the exam paper on the laptop. Yeah. But in no way, shape or form is he helped in any way. It's just so, because we got told that when it comes to exams, if his writing is ineligible, then they just throw it out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, that's different, though. You know what I mean? Like, that's, you know, Austin, blows me away. Being dyslexic, his printing is so precise that he writes better than his own dad does. And I said, no, if you look at your dad's writing compared to yours, your dad's is like chicken scratches.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like he's got such neat, precise printing when he takes his time. It just blows me away.
Well, you see, the thing is, same as I say, one, Callum is left-handed, and two, the fact that he has trouble with hand-to-eye coordination, you know, it's that's where the problem lies.
Yeah.
So basically, I mean, because we like have a review every Margaret says back coffee in hand and good stuff. But yeah, because he has the problem with his writing, we got told on one of his reviews that if his writing was ineligible, now you sit him in front of a laptop, he's not got a problem because he can put his answers down without having to write them. So basically, that's like goes some way to solve the problem, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I don't have a problem with bringing calculators and stuff like that into class or into an exam, because some of the scientific calculators are set up for that. Like, I just had to buy a Austin one for this year and stuff like that. But like, even Vanessa says it's still difficult if you do not comprehend what is being asked. Calculators or computers will most likely not help you on exams.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the hard part. But I mean, even nowadays, the one school that Sean was going to for his last year of high school gave everybody an iPad. And I'm like, okay, I thought from what I knew was it was for special needs kids.
Yeah.
You know, and whatever, whereas they're talking about getting Austin one and everything else because he is dyslexic and everything else, right? So it's I don't know what I just think they've made things way too easy for students these days. And excuse me, for those who are struggling, you know, I don't think enough attention is paid to that. You know, that's just me, right?
Well, same as I said, I mean, because Callum's got this special needs statement, he welcomes all the support he can get.
Yeah.
But, you know, as regards, you know, same as you say, in the old-fashioned days, it was just put your paper in front of you. You got so long to complete it, end off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, and it's a case of in the old-fashioned days, you know, you sort of sat at a table, exam paper in front of you with a pencil, no calculators, no nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's, I don't know.
But Emily's just been saying that she's losing a lot of subs since the name change. Basically, you need to let everybody know that you've changed your name, Emily, and blah blah blah, and do a hi, Kate, how are you?
Yeah, do like an update video and tell them, you know, why you've changed your name and everything.
Sorry, I didn't say hello in Aisy's on the panel, but I were on my phone. I couldn't see the chat or anything, so I do apologise.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
Well, you see, the thing is, Barmer Grits, we had a conversation, I think it was last Monday, we jokingly were on about mud wrestling and whatever. And basically, because Emily lives in a place called Dudley, I sort of put it out there. I says, oh, Emily can be the Dudley Destroyer. So somebody dared her to change her naming no names, but somebody dared her to change it, so she did. Kate says, I'm okay, you was Brill on the panel last night. I felt a little bit out my depth because obviously I'd not been on there before. There were quite a few people on the panel, and I didn't sort of like, I know I didn't say a great deal, but I thought I were being impolite, like if I butted in or anything. I sort of like waited for other people to say things. I did occasionally say something, but you know, it's out of politeness because it wasn't my channel or my panel, etc. Thought it only polite that I let other people have their say. I did say, you know, I did. Oh yes, mud wrestling, wet days on obstacle courses is the.
Oh, Emily.
Pete says it was great, but you know, I must thank Azy for inviting me up. I mean, I was sort of, I'm there and I'm said, oh, Azy wants me up on the panel. You know, I mean, I was like starstruck.
Yeah, exactly, that's it.
You know what I mean? It's sort of not very often I get invited up onto people's panels, except for Bossman, etc. And I'm sort of a little bit, you know, oh, what's me on the panel?
That's it. Oh no, what do I do? Well, I can't wait until I get a laptop so I can have you guys on my Hangouts. You know, once I figure out how to use it.
But I mean, it was like when Chris was talking to Chaotic the other day, and he says something about we've got on about something, and he says, I expected Jeanette ringing me, and I says, well, to be honest with you, I were on my phone, I didn't know how to do it, so obviously he sent the clips, you know, the banner and everything to Chris, and I says, well, you've got to think that I'm like what the class as a technophobe.
Yeah.
I said, you know, and I says, believe it or believe it not, when I did my very first live stream, it took me 2 hours to sort it out. And even though sort of Chris had sort of told me, because he was at the football, you do this and you do that, the minute he walked out through the door, it had gone out, you know, 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it's like second nature to me. I can invite people up onto the panel, etc. You know, and it's like second nature. But it's like anything else apart from that, you know.
Yeah.
And I was saying basically, you know, like my vlogs and whatever, Chris has to edit them for me and do whatever he does. And Chaotic World says, oh, we're going to have to sit you down. And like, you know, I put, yeah, I says, you know, you can sit there. I says, you know, I'll probably sort of get it after about a month.
Yeah. He really edited the banana bread one really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the blurred out part.
Yeah, well. Next subject.
But yeah, the banana bread.
I'll message you about that later.
Yeah, but that banana bread turned out really well. It looked really yummy.
Yeah. Some of us sort of.
Hey, Pixie, my love.
Chris were a bit on the dubious side about that.
About what?
Yeah.
The banana bread, it was sort of But then we had a little bit last night. Banana bread. Oh. You know, we had a bit of it, and Callum was saying, "Oh, this is nice. Tastes really banana." And even Chris, as he says, you know, he says, "I were a bit dubious about it." He says, "But it is. It's really nice."
It is. It's a rocking pixie.
How
you doing, hon?
All right.
Your cobs are in the fridge.
The bread cakes.
No, your cobs.
He's in a good mood today. I like Emily. It's a pixie.
I don't know who it is, Nick. I should really lock the door.
Yeah, you should learn to lock that door from now.
It's who's that strange man? I don't know. Somebody that you know that expects his dinner.
Yeah. How dare he?
But yeah, same as I say, I'll message you about that later.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I think you can gather what it was.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it was yes.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying because people go and take a look at it just for that reason. But hey, no.
What is it? Oh, your hubby is sleeping, Vanessa. That's awesome. Good for you.
My dear.
You're welcome. I'm going to say there's some mousses and whatever, or trifles or whatever in fridge as well. If you want a dessert or a bit of banana bread.
I like what Emily just put. She says, "Jeanette, there's a strange man in your house." Do we need to call the police or the men with the white coats?
I think it's the latter one, Nick. I think that's Palmer's put what strange man. I see no strange man. Well, he's got a green uniform on and a baseball cap on.
Yeah.
There's a free time. I think I could run to the store and he would never know.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. Run.
And get back in time and he'd still be sleeping in his pit, as we call it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and I've got maid service because it sounds like he's making a coffee.
Oh,
Palmer says I've actually done that, Vanessa.
Yeah, you sneak out when the kids are sleeping.
Oh dear. Well, I can't run anyway because the nearest shop to me is miles away. I get to end at road and think, sod that, I'm coming back.
Yeah, exactly. Forget it.
Too much like hard work.
Yep.
Hi, Tamboki. How are you? But yeah, I mean, I don't run anywhere, and it's a chore just to walk. As I say, I get to end our street and think, oh, sod that, I'm going back home. Too much like hard work.
Obama, shoot! Now I gotta take the dog out.
Don't let your coffee go cold, though, Barmer Grit.
Yeah. Yes, you can, Emily. But what would happen to all your stuff in your room? I told her, I said what she should do is slowly, go to Kent every couple of weeks to visit Steph, and as she does it, take a bunch of stuff with her in her suitcase. And just slowly her room will empty, and her parents will think she's actually cleaning, but she's not. She's moving out bit by bit.
do it on the sly and gradually.
Yeah.
Nessa says I could cook a full turkey at the weekend. 11 p.m. It was complete for 0600 for when husband woke up. The price was priceless.
Aww.
Well, I won't, because they'd smell it, and that'd be it. Boom, they'd be downstairs.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Just as I'd sneak back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you can't really do much in this house without some, I mean, it's like when I've had episodes of pain, I come down here for the fact that I know that if I'm in bed and then if I'm tossing and turning, I disturb Chris, you see.
Yep.
And then if he wakes up and I'm not there, he's wondering where I am, etc.
Yeah, he can't sleep.
My kids decided I need a guard dog since I'm alone now. They show up with this two-year-old now, 90-pound German Shepherd. They forgot to mention he wasn't housebroken.
Oh no,
baby! If you want to have a sneak thing, it's not. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just lobbed it in corner. When the knock came at door, it must have disturbed him, because when I was texting you to say to come, I heard him getting up, and I think, now what do I do with this? So I just slung it in corner. Vanessa says he woke up and I said dinner's ready. We are skipping breakfast.
Oh.
That sounds bad.
You need to oil that chair again, Pixie.
I know. it wants taking to. It wants taking to dump, if you ask me.
like how he does it just to drive you nuts, right?
Hey, went back for a freebie.
Barmer says someone came to the door. I had told them to beat on the door, ring the doorbell, etc. They did make a racket. He tore off down the hallway away from the door, hiding. Great guard dog. Vanessa said sound effects is good. That sounds like my whole body.
Sounds like
I don't know about just about my knee. That's the story of my life.
Exactly. That's how we sound every time we wake up in the morning and get out of bed, eh?
Or every time I move.
Aw, thanks, Tony.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I sound like that every time I go get out of bed.
I'm going to say I just have to move a muscle and something's cracking.
Gotta like it when you can sound like Rice Krispies every morning.
I was going to say, I was just about to say, I sound like a pair of maracas when I move.
Great minds think alike, Jeanette.
When Fred shares the tablets in the morning, you can hear it rattling.
Yeah. That's on top of all my aches and pains and.
I thought the rattling was your head, Pixie. Sorry.
No, there ain't nothing in there, so it can't rattle. You've got to have something in there for it to rattle. Well, on a lighter note, he's going back to the hospital on Thursday. You know, when he had the grommet fitted in his ear.
Right.
He's got the hospital Thursday evening.
Right.
But we're thinking that they're going to take it out. He's going to have to go in for another operation to actually physically take it out because it was supposed to fall out. But obviously it hasn't. And apparently it's wedged in sideways.
Ouch. So no wonder he's been having pain. Gosh.
But he were complaining of earache and whatever this morning. And he says, I still think that I'm going to have to go in and sort of, they're going to have to put me sleep to actually physically take it out because it's supposed to drop out. But it hasn't.
Yeah.
Nick says, can I join the band as I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts?
Exactly, sure, why not, Nick?
And Tony says, Jeanette, stop putting yourself down, you are an inspiration. But you see, I'm not putting myself down, it's true. I mean, Chris will tell you that like I'm doing now, I sit here and my neck starts cracking and it's, you know.
Yeah.
It's you have to get used to it, you know, it's called old age.
Exactly. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, somebody said the other day that I only looked in my 30s. I mean, boy, I wished I were in my 30s.
Exactly.
The fact of the matter is I might only look 30, but I feel about 90 some days.
Yeah.
Well, this is an old git.
Vanessa says I could at least do sound effects.
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
You see, often we have this joke because I get up, both my knees crack, my shoulder cracks, you know, everything else cracks, and Chris says, "You play it and I'll hum it." You know what I mean? Because you could make a tune out of all crackling sounds, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, if you didn't laugh about it, you'd sit crying about it, wouldn't you, really?
Yeah. I always say, you know, I don't want to complain about my aches and pains because nobody wants to hear it anyway.
But, I mean, it's like this. I mean, there's a lot more people worse off than what I am.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, me, I went with John.
Oh dear, Vanessa says she's got a large scar on her right forearm from elbow to wrist. They installed a bunch of metal in it. Oh, it's a long, narrow scar, I think that is.
Yeah,
but
that's what I have in my left leg. I have a metal cage and everything holding my leg together, basically, between my ankle and my leg, right? So, yeah.
But the only downside of that is when you visit abroad, when you go through the metal detector thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to tell when I was going to court with my ex, I was like, I had to tell the officers at the front, I'm like, I have a metal plate in my left foot, like below the knee, and they're like, okay. So they'll scan it. Yep, there she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to warn them in advance when you go through these metal detector things. You know, I've got like a metal thing in my arm or my leg or whatever. So
I have to have a letter to go through the airport. That's one thing I have to get when I come over there. I have to show you it.
Be there all day, keep going through this metal detector, and you know, keep setting it off every time. Yeah, but as they search thoroughly at the beeping radar.
Yeah, they do. A little too much, I think.
But I mean, it's like I don't know sort of which airports has got them, but they've got like a conveyor belt thing, and it's like an X-ray thing. As you go through it, they'll see that you've got metal work inside you, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yep.
And that sort of cuts down. I mean, because they do that because like drug smugglers actually swallow the drugs. I mean, that shows up on. It's like an MRI thing, but it's like on a conveyor belt, and it shows up, you know, anything that's sort of, yeah, you know, there that's not there, shouldn't be there, should I say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've got a gun in my leg. I just pop it out when I... Yeah.
Oh, or if you forget to tell them, they take you to a specialist search room.
Yeah, bend over with a plastic glove.
Oh, yeah, squat on floor.
Yeah. Yay!
But yeah, I mean, that's the only downside of sort of having like metal work like that. I mean, it's a bugger when you have to go through these metal detector things.
I don't know how anybody feels about the full body scan things now. Like, you know, like the X-ray thing, you walk through whatever, you know, I got that part of it, but now you have the full body scan.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm going. I mean, certain airports have got a thing where you stand on this thing, and it's like a scan, but you just stand there on this thing.
Yeah,
and it sort of does from head to toe. I mean, in my mind, I mean, it's good because it has stopped a lot of this drug smuggling.
Yes, I agree with that part of it. It's just annoying, I guess, embarrassing sometimes, you know.
But I mean, you know, I mean, looking at sort of from the flip side of the coin, like terrorism and whatever nowadays, they can prevent some of it.
Yes, that's true.
But you know what I mean? And Nick's put bend over, we're going potholing. Well, funny thing is, I was watching this program once, and it was this guy. Now they'd caught him, you know, like how they have the sniffer dogs and everything at the airport.
Yeah.
Well, this sniffer dog had picked up on the fact that he'd got drugs secreted somewhere.
Oh.
Right. So they actually took him to, I think it was the airport prison cells or whatever. And 2 weeks later, he still hadn't passed them.
Oh, no.
And he were hanging on for dear life.
Because he wasn't about to admit that he had anything.
He thought that if he kept hold of them, but same as I said, it's nature. It, you know, it's the fact of the matter is, sooner or later, he's got to go.
Yep.
But it was like he was escorted every time he needed the toilet. It was escorted to the toilet and was, you know, like, I mean, it sounds sort of weird, but while he was sat there on the toilet, the guard was right there.
Yeah, so he couldn't.
So if he did pass anything, they was there on the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Just to make sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And sort of they were sort of determined that you know, if he does pass somewhere there on the ball, as soon as he does. But he hung out for about 2 weeks, I think it were.
Oh my God.
Well, you know, and I said to Chris, I said, God, can you imagine the agony he must have been in, wanting to go but not wanting to go?
I can't go for two days without having to worry about 2 bloody weeks.
Emily says, who's ready for a cheesy smoothie? It all depends how cheesy it is, Emily.
Yeah, I am.
And Equinox says, what goes up must come down. But I mean, it's saying, it's human nature. We all go to the toilet. But are we hung on for 2 weeks? I do not know.
Yep, I don't know.
I mean, it's a case of when I need to go, I need to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say there ain't no old in it.
I'm gonna say there's no old in it. When I need to go, I need to go.
Yeah.
But are we hung on for 2 weeks? I do not know. It must have been in absolute agony.
Oh yeah, exactly. If I hold gas in too long, never mind. I'm gonna explode,
Oh dear.
Oh.
And as my mum used to say, Vicky, in church or chapel, let it rattle.
Yep, exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
So if you've got a video, or if you haven't got a video of the week thread in the Facebook group, put it in there, because after 4 o'clock,
yeah. Did you hear that?
No, not really.
Just reminding everybody about the video of the week that'll be pinned for a week. If you've not added your video to the Facebook group, do it now, because when he gets home at 4 o'clock, he will be choosing the video of the week.
Yay.
And Ian's painting today. He's painting the living room.
Well, come and do ours if you like.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what his answer will be.
Started up and ended there.
And he said, Callum's got his own bodyguard, because I was talking about bullying and whatever earlier on, and he says, anybody picks on Callum, they'll have me to deal with, because he's going to kick them up their arse.
That's fine, I'll get hold of them.
Oh wow.
You don't want a little mad pixie on your toes. God, dear.
It might be small, but it's deadly.
Literally.
Yeah.
Once I get going, I'm like a little incredible old.
Vanessa Kitty says, when people begin basic training, most recruits don't go to the bathroom till after first. I couldn't last 10 minutes, let alone 10 days.
Can you imagine how? Oh my Lord.
But yeah. Oh, thank you, Tony, and you too.
Hello, Tony.
Oh, we were having a right laugh last night because Azy had said to Tony, "What's my channel name?" And he kept saying Hazel Days. So he kept saying, "No, it's Azy Days," and he kept saying, "You're not going in until you get it right." And we were absolutely creasing this and we're laughing. Crimson, hello.
Hello, Crimo.
Oh dear. And he kept saying hazy, as in like it's hazy outside, you know. And I mean, even Tony himself were laughing at it.
Oh yeah.
Baby, did you want to get that towel? And
I'll get it after.
yeah, because I was going to show everybody, that's all.
Oh, all right.
I can sort of do an unboxing on live stream.
Yeah, exactly.
But yes, it's not his birthday till November, but same as Chris said, it's something a little bit, it's something sort of, he's not having it till his birthday, but it's you know, he saw it and he says,
just because I'm going around here don't mean I'm going in that bloody role.
Benny's there as well. It's all right, because he's come over here and the treats is in the, you know, the cabinet where my television is. He says, just because I'm coming over here, they both know where the treat straw is.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's coming to get the treat.
I think you're about 4 hours too early.
Yeah, he does not get it on yet.
Oh dear, they're a bit quick off the mark, these two are. Hi, Keith.
Well, okay.
All right, Chris has just done unpackaging the package.
sealed it up, right?
I know. That's right. I thought. Some say I just threw it down in the corner when you says hide it. I didn't know where to hide it, so I just flung it in the corner.
The big one.
It'd be like a beach towel type of thing.
Oh, like that.
Yeah. If you can hear a lot of rattling, yeah.
I might get one.
Uh-oh.
It's seen it. It says, oh, I think I might get one.
Yeah.
So I do apologise for the rattling.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Oh, look at this. Oh, wow. Oh, you stand there and I'll switch cam. Oh, it's a massive tap. Oh, yeah. Might have to buy you one for your birthday.
No, Mike's about it.
You'll have to hold it up a bit because, right, I'll just turn it round. And this is, you've got to be quiet because it's Callum's birthday, one of Callum's birthday presents.
Wow.
And it is a big one, look. Very...
Holy crap, it's taller than Pixie.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it's personalised as well. It's got his name on it. And just turn it around so they can see the... Yeah, look. Personalised, look. I know it's back.
Oh, wow. That's really nice.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Better than Bristol Rovers.
Yeah. So that is one of his birthday presents, and that's what I flung in the corner this morning. So, yeah, I think he'll like that one, don't you?
I think he will, I know.
No, absolutely.
I'll be having it.
So that is one of his birthday presents.
Evidence.
Yeah. We'll put it back in plastic bag, and then you're going to have to find another right. You'll have to put it in lobbyhole or something like that. But yeah, he's put up the gas.
All it up the gas is what comes out of my arse. That's how good they are.
But yeah, but I think that's nice. I think he'll love that.
Yes, I'll have to say thank you very much.
And that is like it's part of the Sheffield United. They've got several Sheffield United pages on Facebook, and that was ordered off a lady.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's got his name on it as well.
I've got a sack. Yeah.
Another TMI moment. Crimson says, "I'm afraid to fox. I might shit myself." We don't want to know your nocturnal goings on, Crimson.
Yeah. Too much information.
I'm afraid to fox. I might shit myself. Tony says, "Awesome, Jeanette. Support SUFC as well. Go on the Blades."
Yeah, see, we get them from all over the world.
But yes, it's gone really dull now, like it's going to rain.
It said it forecast rain this afternoon.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is one of his birthday presents, and he saw it and he says, "I'm going to order it now, even though it's we're only in September." So, and his birthday's not till November, but but I think he'll love that. I think he'll love that.
Exactly.
So yes. So everybody's seen it except for Callum. So you mustn't. It's a secret. Sort of between us. Nobody tell Callum. Don't forget where you've put it. No, that's the problem, Emily. We'll put it away somewhere safe and then we'll forget about it. Then come his birthday and we'll say, "Oh, you know, yeah, where did we put it?" But yeah, I think he'll love that.
Yeah.
The one he's got at the moment, it is a personalised one, and it's one that he's had for years, and it's John Cena, and that was personalised with his name and everything.
Yeah. I got one for Manchester United now.
Crimson says, "What did you get?"
Did you just miss that? Oh, where the heck have you been, in the toilet?
I just swizzed the camera out. He's not getting it out to get. We bought Callum a towel, a Sheffield United one, but it's got his name on it as well.
Oh, nice.
So yes, it's a birthday present, and sort of the knock came on the door. It was for a Royal Mail guy, and I think that woke Callum up because I came in here. I text Chris to say, "Oh, his towel's come," and I'm sat here, and I could hear Callum getting up. So Chris says, "Quick, hide it." So I just sort of sat here and threw it in the corner. You know what I mean? But the John Cena one is one what we bought him years and years ago. Oh, it was multitasking. Crimson was. He was checking his Instagram.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah, silver retro collector is Tony.
Yeah.
Rather than saying silver retro collector, he says call him Tony.
Yeah.
So.
How dare you check your Instagram, World Genetic Live, Crimson? Jeepers.
It's all right. I'm just looking over, and Benny sat there and just going, as if to say, you know, I'm here. I want some biscuits while I'm here. Well, tough titty, Benny. You're about 4 hours early.
Yeah, you ain't getting one.
Not till later. We see the other two have sticks, like these meaty sticks, what we buy them. That's their treats because Benny don't like them.
Yeah.
So, but at tea time, they all have like biscuit treats, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're about 4 hours too early, Benny.
Yeah.
Oh dear. And they all know where they're kept. They all sort of congregate around that drawer where they're kept.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, they're not stupid.
Good thing we haven't figured out how to open it yet.
And Crimson's put Lolo Benny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, if you hadn't noticed, I mean, on my channel, I have got a new banner.
I really like it.
Yeah, it is. And Chris has gone through sort of some of the coffee mornings and replaced the thumbnail as well with the one that Bella did with my face in a coffee cup. So he's sort of working his way through and sort of replacing them all with coffee cup thing. Now, Chaotic World did do me an intro, but I mean, I run it past Night Owl, and I mean, Chris agreed that it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Not like the one that Crimson did for me. You know, it mentions my name, it's got my face on it, etc. But same as Chris says, you know, if Chaotic is watching, I am very grateful for him doing that.
Oh yeah.
And, that's it.
Yeah,
Says, get some moderators. We see this is why most of the people that come in here have got wrenches, because I know that I don't always keep an eye on the chat while you're doing a live stream. So that's basically what the moderators are there for, to keep an eye on the chat, and to anybody that untoward comes in, you know, they're taken care of very swiftly.
Yeah, make sure it's people that you know really well, because you don't want to get those guys that go all freaking moderator happy.
But yeah, Crimson says, yeah, Bella did a good thumbnail. We see basically it was posted, what it was posted in the Facebook group. And Chris says to Bella, do you mind me using it? And she says, no.
Right on.
You know what I mean? And same as he said, it reflects your coffee morning, me on, you know, in a coffee cup.
Yeah.
It must be you then, Crimson. He says, because you're echoing, but it seems okay this end.
It does it every once in a while. It's not me though.
Mine's always been slow, but I do just do my share years of experience. Well, this is it. And I mean years and years and years. I'm as old as dirt. I run out of time before I run out of stories. Well, this is it. It's gone awfully dark.
It was nice and bright in the house.
Well, I mean, it's not outside. It's gone really, really dark. Like we're going to have a storm or something.
Well, you do need the rain out there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when Chris did the video yesterday on the drone, I mean, you don't really see it unless we're being up in the air, but some of it were nice and green, but then you got like parts of it that were really, really brown.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it does need it. And I think we're going to have a storm because, I mean, I don't know. It's gone really, really dark.
Yeah.
So you let's hope it's stopped by the time you go out back to work.
All right, we're all
I'm laughing at Tucker. He firmly planted himself on Chris's knee.
Aww.
So oh, that was nice.
Coffee, huh?
Oh, it is. But you know, when you like talking away, it dries your throat. That's why I poured the glass of water out, because it dries your throat up and everything. But that coffee were really, really good.
That's why I always have this nearby.
I made it.
Yeah. And was your cobs all right for you?
Lovely, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's the right answer. Otherwise, you'll be making your own again tomorrow.
That's why I said they were all right. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Palmer says the gentle giant went out. He's prior dragged me in my wheelchair across the yard. So today I decided to see what he'd do without me holding the leash. Did his business and beat me back inside.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's it. You see, I mean, the ginger cat that I'm talking about, Tucker, it's like, I mean, I call him the human limpet because his ears is like virtually, when Chris is here, is glued to his side.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony says he noticed you echoing as well earlier. And well, same as I say, it seems all right on Hangouts. It must just be the playback on YouTube.
Yeah. I can hear it a little bit.
Well, the thing is as well, Barmer, if you let him out to do his business, I mean, once he gets used to it, he knows that you let him out, he goes and does his business, and then he'll come back without you having to even look back to make sure I was following him.
Yeah.
But I mean, like German Shepherds, they do make good companions, you know what I mean, as well as like being a good guard dog per se. You know, it's they're good. They are good companions, very loyal. Oh,
Round one.
That's okay. The echo only started when Pixie came home.
Oh, it's his fault. It's your fault.
My fault. I wasn't.
Yeah, Vicky's got an echo, and she says it only started echoing when you came home.
It only started echoing.
Barmer says when in the beginning he was afraid of the wheelchair, I had to back down the ramp, then back up the ramp to get him in and out.
I think there's a storm coming. Guess what?
What?
Raining.
Is it? Well, we knew that was coming. Might have to put light on, actually.
Right.
There you go.
Well, excuse me.
What? Do you want yours on as well? Yours is a bit further away. Not doing my shoulder any good.
No. Oh man.
You fall off, Tucker.
Oh, he don't care.
As long as he's getting the back
I'm going to
scratches,
say he's
don't bother.
getting a scratch behind his ears. He don't care whether he's going to fall off or not.
Exactly.
He's only bothered about getting a scratch behind the ears.
Scratch on his back.
Oh, he's scratching his
Hey,
back.
your
Are
claws, you little
Oh dear. He's happy with a scratch.
How's Lucy doing today, Sharon?
Barmer says he's making you exercise. Yeah, especially with bad shoulder as well, Barmer Grits. He's making me reach over and get the light switch.
Yeah. You should get up out of that chair, walk over.
I know.
Yourself.
I'm going to say you just want to see Tucker. He's like hanging off his leg. If he were to move, he'd be flat on his head on the floor. That's how he is.
Oh.
But yeah, he don't care. I was only saying to him the other day, because it's like 2 years in February since we rescued him, since we adopted him. And the other day I looked out the kitchen when I was in the kitchen, and they were like right on top of the, because on our backs we've got like steps up to the back gate.
Right.
So we were right on top of the post near the gate, and he sat there and he's going like this, looking all around him. Good vantage point, you know. And I says to Chris, I came in here and I says to Chris, says, well, to think 2 years ago, you know, we were living in a house full of 16 cats, probably hardly getting fed. I says, just look at him now.
Yeah, can't get rid of that.
You know, he's sat there surveying everything around him, and he's probably thinking, God, I didn't half fall lucky when I came to this house.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He gets treats in the morning, he gets treats at tea time, they have meat twice a day. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly. He's got it good. He knows it.
You know what I mean? And he's probably thinking, God, I didn't half fall lucky when I come here, even though they've like got 2 other cats. I'm still living life for Riley, whereas before, I mean, he probably never had no treats. He were lucky if he got fed.
Yeah, exactly.
16 cats in house. So, you know.
Video.
Hey?
Oh, crikey, it's got 249 views.
Oh, wow. It's all right. The drone video that he put up yesterday, 249 views.
Very good. Well done.
Thank you.
There we go.
Barmer says a friend of mine made a video with his cardio for Facebook. He was in his electric recliner doing leg lifts with a controller to get his heart rate up. I guess it worked. He only had to do 5.
I like that one. That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh dear. Well, I would, but we ain't got a recliner. I have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. See you, look.
Well, your computer chair, it says I've got a recliner, yeah, only because it's wonky.
I've got one too, Pixie. I disappear every once in a while.
Yeah.
Just like this.
I think you must have the same problem.
What does she say?
She says she's got the same problem. She says I disappear every so often when she leans back in it. Well, I keep saying one of these days is going to do that, and it's going to, and it will just see these 2 legs, you know.
Make sure you're recording when that happens, Jeanette.
Yeah. But it's most likely to happen when you're least expecting it, innit?
Yeah.
Because he does sit there and he'll go back, but I'm half expecting one of these days he's going to lean back and it sort of go all together, and all you see is like 2 legs.
Dangling.
And they're shouting, "Sweetheart, I can't get up. Come and rescue me."
Yeah, good luck. You're on your own.
I can hardly lift myself up, let alone you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear. Can you imagine me having to pick him up off the floor?
No.
Me neither.
That's why I said picture you on your own.
Yeah, I'll just call fire brigade.
Yeah. Well, I remember my friend's dad, he has a disease called cerebellar ataxia, and it's like the reverse form of MS. It attacks it in the opposite way. Anyways, he'd fall sometimes, and he'd be on the floor, and he wouldn't know how to get up. So what he would have to do is butt scooch all the way to a chair and kind of lift himself up into the chair.
We see.
Picture this 6-foot man trying to butt scooch across the carpet.
Tony says he's just made his sandwiches. I mean, as you know, I have my computer chair in the kitchen, and I do my vlogs, and I wash the pots sitting down on my computer chair. Now, I was doing something one day, and I just slid. I think it was the type of leggings that I'd got on, and I just slid off it. The chair went from underneath me, and Chris is there going, quick, give me your hand. I went, no, just leave me. And I had to get on my hands and knees, hutch over to the work, the cupboards, and like grab my hands on the worktop and like pull myself up that way.
Oh my gosh.
And same as I said, if he were to grab my hands and like I'd sort of be sliding even further.
Yeah, exactly.
Just leave me and I'll do it my way, sort of thing. So I'd get on my hands, on my knees, hutch over to the thing and like pull myself up that way. That way I know that I'm not going to end up halfway across the kitchen floor.
Exactly.
Well, did I tell you John's got a flat?
Who have they?
Tomorrow somewhere, wherever that is.
I have no idea. So is it still going ahead then, even though mother-in-law's passed away?
Ground floor flat.
Oh. It's all right, because his colleague that he works with had applied for somewhere different to live because obviously the mother-in-law was ill, but obviously she's passed away now, and he's just said they've got another place. And I says, is it still going ahead even though she's passed away? But it sounds like it is. So
yeah.
Well, what I'm going to do, guys, I know there's still the 10 viewers in, but I'm going to shut it down. So, because Pixie will be going back to work soon, and me and Callum need to have some lunch. So I want to thank Bossman for coming on briefly. I want to thank Bella for coming on the panel, and everybody else that's been here this morning. We've had a laugh. We've talked about serious stuff, which is the norm for us. I mean, we do get on some fun things, but then we do talk about serious things. So I want to thank everybody for coming in, and I appreciate every single one of you for being here morning after morning. So, as you know, what I say, I mean, and I do extend my heartfelt appreciation to every single one of you. So I'll see you all later. Well, I'll see you in the morning. So I'll see you for now. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.